Why don't we tell them about the lighthouse that we visited? It's been in the news recently.
That's a great idea.
Hello there, parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I am your host, Sean Donnelly.
And I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
In this video, we are going to tell you about
Bodie Island Lighthouse.
I was going to say Bodie. It's actually pronounced Bodie.
Yes.
It's spelled Bodie. But this lighthouse has been in the news recently, which we'll talk about in a minute.
It has. Yeah? It has.
And we visited this place.
Yes. We visited a long time ago.
We're going to tell you about it. But before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal, history, forensic, and travel type videos,
don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you hear from us next time we post a new video.
That's right. So, Bodie Lighthouse.
Yes.
Is actually Panic D number 2168. It is located at 8210 Bodie Island Lighthouse Road. Shocker.
Yes.
Nags Head, North Carolina. And yes, it's open to the public. Well, if you go during the day.
If you go at normal, regular times.
Normal, regular hours. We visited this location July of 2006.
Yes,
this was a honeymoon visit.
Yes, it was one of the 18 lighthouses that we visited on our honeymoon.
That's right. All right, so while we talk about this location, why don't we show some pictures that we took when we were there, because that's all we have from 2006.
Yes.
I think that was before the invention of video cameras.
At least
actually,
for us.
it was for the invention of smaller video cameras. If I had a video camera, probably did those things. So we will show the pictures. Wow, let's go back to here. Okay, there we go. There's our pictures. All right, so we don't have a lot of history to actually make a full-blown video, but do you want to cover some of the stuff about
I'll do a couple small highlights.
Little snippets.
Little snippets.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm not stopping the slideshow. Sorry about the motorcycle that just drove by.
Okay. All right. So construction on the initial structure began in 1847, but unfortunately it had an inadequate foundation, which seems to be a problem for a lot of these early lighthouses. It led to its closure in 1859, and then in 1861, a fleeing Confederate troop actually destroyed the second structure that they built in 1859. So they had rebuilt it, and then the Confederates blew it up.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
They feared that it could be used as an observation post for the Union.
So that's why they kind of did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in 1872, the completion of the third and present version of Bodie Island Lighthouse was completed. So this has a first order Fresnel lens, and it took place on a 15-acre location inland from the edge of the area where they originally were, and the National Park Service took it over in 1953, converting it to automation in 1932. So.
Okay. So,
right.
See, that's the history. Like, there's not enough there to make a video.
It's a pretty short one. We don't have as detailed information. We didn't spend that long at this lighthouse.
I was looking at the pictures the other night when I put this location on the list for us to get covered and taken care of. And I don't think we actually went inside this. I really don't. I don't see it in the pictures. Do you remember?
I
don't think this one. I think it was closed when we stopped.
I don't think we were able to climb it, but we went in to the house, the keeper's house portion.
Oh, did we? Okay,
I thought we went into the keeper's house, but I don't remember actually climbing it. I know for sure we didn't climb it.
Yeah.
But it's I liked the lighthouse. I thought it was a pretty one.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the paranormal. Why is this place in the database? Of course it has to be in the database if it has paranormal.
Of course it does.
Now, I need to tell you that at one time, and actually this spring, I did it again. I went back over places that we had visited in the past. We have folders of pictures, and started to see if there was paranormal information related to places that we had already visited. If there was, I put them in the database. I researched the location, gave some history. Some of them aren't that big, like this one here. And if you notice, this Panic D number was like 2,000. Yeah, 2,168, which means it was recently added to the database. Okay, because at the time and since 2006, even though we've been doing paranormal, we didn't know that there were paranormal stuff at this place. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, that was a long story, drawn out thing, and you probably really don't care, and you just stopped watching that video. But that's why, this thing, the story I found about this is very interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, do tell.
I'm going to summarize because I don't know where it is on the page, but I'll summarize.
Okay.
I believe it's in the keeper's quarters. Yeah,
Okay.
the gatekeeper's cottage. Yes. They, at 4 p.m. on the dot, every day, they hear a knocking sound from behind the fireplace.
Okay. Every day at 4. We need
Every
to go
day
there
at 4. Hear a loud knock from behind the large brick fireplace. No one knows what it is. What's back there? Every day at 4 o'clock, like clockwork. Bam.
I think we need to visit and go at 4 o'clock. I remember that we
That's creepy.
went earlier in the day,
time it?
but yeah. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. There's also a story about the gray ghost. Now, the gray ghost haunts up and down the shoreline.
Oh, okay.
So, like you said, we visited several lighthouses up and down the coast there.
Yes.
And as you piece things together, I mean, the gray ghost is associated with Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, this lighthouse, even all the way down to the Ocracoke Lighthouse and the beaches there. The gray ghost shows up when bad storms are coming in, like hurricanes and stuff. People witness the apparition of a man in gray.
And that's
And they
interesting,
believe that he's warning people that maybe it was a former lighthouse keeper,
right,
or somebody who died at sea during a hurricane or something like that.
Right.
So.
And normally you have, white lady, gray lady, black lady. This is a guy.
Yes.
That's interesting too.
Yeah.
You don't usually hear about a gray guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's called the gray ghost or the gray man that haunts up and down there.
Interesting.
Specifically, you've been seen at this lighthouse.
Okay.
But up and down the coast there.
Interesting.
So we said in the beginning that this place has recently been in the news.
It has.
It has. Not too long ago. I don't know when this is coming out. What?
Were you going to come back to us?
Oh.
There's nothing we're seeing.
We're doing it again. Okay. Let's start over. I'm not going to cut that out so they can see those pictures. Anyways, we said recently this place was in the news. Not too long ago, somebody broke into the lighthouse.
Yeah.
It was in the news.
It was.
And they don't know why.
Right.
They're still investigating it.
Yes.
Like, they didn't cause damage.
Nope.
They didn't steal anything.
Nope. They just
broke in.
Went in.
Or I think somebody was in there and they forgot to lock up.
Okay.
And then somebody else come in the next day and said, "Oh, we had a break-in," and reported it to police.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Or maybe
I read the article. It was very vague.
Yeah. Or maybe somebody broke in to do an investigation. Because if
It could be.
I mean, it wouldn't be 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, but that's in the keeper's house.
That's true.
This is in the lighthouse.
That's
So
true.
if you're in the North Carolina area and you're watching this, again, I don't know when this is coming out. There could be more news or whatever. Leave us a comment. Let us know
if there's been any
you know.
updates.
Yeah. That's why break into a lighthouse?
Yeah,
Especially
really
when
weird.
it's managed by the National Park Service. That's not.
And then you
very
don't
smart.
do damage and you don't steal anything.
Let's break some federal laws.
It's just not that we want anybody to steal anything or do damage, right? But
Right.
if you're of that caliber person, usually you have one of those two things on your mind when you do stupid things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just
Or
weird
try
that
to
they
destroy
didn't.
it.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Or maybe it was the apparitions or like those Confederates coming back to. Ooh. And then they just didn't have enough energy to finish the job. I'm creating fake news.
You are, please. No, but that's an interesting take on it too.
So, is there anything else you would like to add about this location?
I just remember.
one thing.
Go ahead.
It was hot. Why do we travel south in July? Well, that's the only time
That's the only time we really have available.
But it was so hot.
Yeah, it was hot. And I just remember we wanted to try to hit all of the lighthouses along the way.
As many as we could.
And I remember we definitely hit Bodie, and we were trying to figure out how to get to Currituck.
Yeah.
When we were at Bodie.
In the distance.
Yeah.
And this was 2006. Did we even have GPS?
We had GPS, but
did we have GPS or no? We had those MapQuest things.
Oh, I thought we
not MapQuest. The AAA.
Yeah,
TripTix. We didn't have GPS.
You're right. That was the next big trip we went on. Oh,
yeah, we did 18 days with no GPS.
Yeah.
Now you can't get across your street without the GPS.
Nope, sure can't. But it is a nice lighthouse. It is well kept. Looks good. Hopefully, they add a little extra security measures.
Yeah, I'm sure they do now.
Yeah.
Probably be like trying to get in the White House when you go there. Okay, we're going to check your bags, check your... Are you on this list? Are you on that list?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, I covered paranormal.
Yep.
Covered everything?
Yeah, I think we got it all.
All right.
All right.
Okay, folks. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting.